Matt, do you feel that?
What?
The need?
What?
The need for speed. Oh! So Top Gun Maverick was released on May 27, 2022, and is directed by Joseph Kosinski and brings back many stars from the original, including the most famous of them all, Tom Cruise. And guys, if you like movie reviews like this, 4K Blu-ray reviews, video game reviews, and tech reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on. And let's just dive right into the sequel to the 1986 classic. Matt, what did you think of Top Gun Maverick?
Right off the bat, I absolutely loved it. I had a great time in the theater. I was getting emotional at scenes. I was jumping in my seat. I had a fantastic time. I absolutely loved it. I thought they nailed it because I just watched the first one last night just to refresh myself, and I was up here because I love the first Top Gun, and it's Memorial Day weekend, so I'm very patriotic right now, and seeing this, just hoping they didn't ruin it, and they didn't. They nailed it.
They knew exactly what kind of movie they were making. This is a movie theater movie. That's why this movie didn't get pushed back into all the other streaming services like Paramount. This would be on. They wanted to wait. Like, this was originally supposed to come out in 2020. They pushed this until...
There was even a scene in the beginning, right before the movie starts, just Tom Cruise in a movie theater thanking you for coming to see this in the theaters and saying, thank you, we made this movie for you, now enjoy.
Yeah.
And then it opens
and it opens exactly the same way as the original, right down to the Jerry Bruckheimer, Don Simpson logo, who you might remember that from the 90s. Like, the last movie they did together was 1996's
The Lightning.
Yeah, from The Rock or Bad Boys, because Don Simpson passed away in 1996, but Jerry Bruckheimer's kept that logo around, but he still gets a producer credit on this Don Simpson, so that was actually really cool to see. And it opens with that score, so if you were worried that that wasn't going to be in here, yeah, right down to the font and everything. This is just a big old plate of nostalgia, and I felt it the entire time watching it.
Oh, yeah.
So one thing you might notice about this film is that it's not directed by Tony Scott. Unfortunately, he passed away from suicide in 2012, but it still had that Tony Scott feel to it. It was definitely an 80s action movie all over, an 80s summer blockbuster. Like, this had that blockbuster feel. I haven't felt like this in a while. Marvel's one of the only series that gives us that feeling. And, maybe sometimes, like, Warner Brothers can pull that out, or the Fast movies, but this is a blockbuster through and through.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not a bad thing. I loved it. I know you loved it.
I had a great time.
Yeah, we just had a great time in the theaters, just enjoying ourselves, just having fun. That's what this movie was. It's just fun. Don't go into this, you can pull holes all you want if you want to, but it felt like the original Top Gun.
Yeah, oh, yeah. You could definitely tell it was a sequel. The tone they nailed, the scenery they nailed. It's perfect. They did a great job, and bravo, because they deserve it, and this is the movie we deserve. This is the sequel we deserve. They nailed it.
Something that was a step down from the first one, though, was definitely the soundtrack. That one has
score.
Yeah.
Well, not so much the score, the soundtrack.
Yeah, not having Kenny Loggins back, and this was more of an original array of songs.
Yeah, there was some scenes I was kind of questioning the song choices and stuff like that, and I was really waiting to hear some of the songs from the original, and we only really got Danger Zone. We got Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, sung in a different way than the original song.
Right.
But, it's a nice homage to the original.
Yes, yeah.
Which, speaking of which, Miles Teller is one of the main stars of this movie, and he plays Goose's son, and I think he did a great job at that, actually.
Yeah, big time.
He nailed, some of the actual cues, he had the mustache, but he kept his mouth open a little bit, just like Anthony Edwards
Yeah,
would.
he looked a lot like him. I passed for him 110% for sure.
Yeah, no, it's just great acting.
He even did the scene with the piano and everyone in the bar singing.
Yeah.
That was one of the best scenes in the original, and they brought it over.
Yeah, and another thing that's I think might be better than the original is actually the fighter pilot scenes. Actual scenes of them actually in the air doing everything. That felt...
Yeah, I mean, it's 20 whatever year they filmed it, but technology's got us to a point where we can have much more accurate... I mean, the first one wasn't bad. They really did a good job, because that was all mainly real flying also in the first one. They only really used a prop for, I think the flat spin. That was like a replica plane. But in this one, it was all real, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
And you can really tell what's going on. The first one was kind of hard. Some of the scenes was like, oh, what exactly are they doing? And then
you could tell like editing just got that together. They didn't really need like a full blown like story to get there. They just used like the same missile shot over and over. Whereas this, like there are plenty of different shots of different guns, missiles, and everything. It's all there. It was just awesome how it looked. One negative that we noticed is that there is a snow scene towards the end of the movie that there was no breath, and that was kind of weird. I feel like if this movie's been ready to go for a couple of years, I feel like they could have had.
I leaned over in the theater and said, "Hey, look, they're in the snow, but there's no breath coming out of there." And now, just keep that in mind that is like a very, very small defect with the movie, or something that they overlooked. But we're digging that deep to find something that says something that this was a great movie.
Yeah.
If we have to dig that deep to find something wrong with it, then that's all we can find, plus the soundtrack. So, it's a great movie.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun this weekend going out and seeing this film. I think you'll have a blast. There are great supporting characters in this one. Everybody did great. John Hamm was a great addition. Jennifer Connelly was a great addition. Ed Harris, even though they're promoting him big time, was in one scene. That was kind of a negative, but it's not a big deal. It progressed the plot along, so it really is just a lot of fun. It's a blast at the movie theaters. If you can see it in Dolby, definitely run out and do that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? I think I'd echo that. 9 out of 10. I loved it. But one thing I wanted to ask you, because we haven't spoke about this yet, actually.
Really?
Now, they kind of mirrored a few scenes, like the singing in the bar and like the beginning, the opening shots.
Oh, yeah, and then especially like one thing, like they have the scene where they don't know who their instructor is, just like in the first one where it turns out to be Charlie.
Right.
This time they do that with Tom Cruise, where the kids don't know that's him.
I want to talk about the football scene.
Oh, yes. So this is spoilers, actually, on this. Minor spoilers. I guess you had to figure, if you were a fan of this movie, they were going to have a volleyball scene. This time they're playing football.
Right. Now, which one did you like better? Because I think I prefer the volleyball scene.
Oh, I prefer the song choice was horrible for this one.
Body mass alone.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, you got to remember, they were doing steroids a lot these and a lot of coke. And it's all over the film.
But Tom Cruise, still great shape. I don't know how. Well, I guess I know how he does it. That's incredible for his age.
It's literally unbelievable. And he does all his own stunts.
Right, that's why he's in that shape.
He's putting us just all to shame. Like, at 30, I'm ready to go.
How old is Tom Cruise?
It's gotta be 60. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head, but, like if I drop dead tomorrow, I'd be like, the body hasn't been feeling right. It's ready to go. Like, but him, it's like he's just killing all the time. He's beating the hell out of him.
He's gonna be 100 years old jumping out of planes still. The guy's a lunatic. But
hey,
he makes great movies.
He does. He does. He's been doing the Mission Impossibles. He's on a freaking roll. And oh yeah, guys, we grabbed the tin. Show that off.
So this was the souvenir tin that you would get at the AMC theaters for Top Gun.
Yeah, definitely good for any collector of these. And
they make it look like the F-14 that they fly at the end.
Yeah.
I figured out that's what
that is for, right?
Yeah, see, it's all the tin.
Yeah, I was wondering why there was a UFO in there. But before we get out of here, it's Friday, and that means we have to do our giveaway questions. And I think in honor of Tom Cruise, he deserves this. What is your favorite Tom Cruise movie? I think that's the question we're asking this week, and it's going to be the one and only. So in the comments section below, make sure you drop what your favorite Tom Cruise film is. And then the winner is going to get to choose from one of 3 digital codes. This week we get to choose from Top Gun is getting thrown in the mix, because in honor of this weekend, why not? And from last week, just a little bit of a holdover, The Predator is in there as well, and the big boy of the week, The Batman. We got a couple digital codes for that. So whoever wins this week's digital code, come back to Monday's video, which will be the reviews of Obi-Wan episodes 1 and 2. We're going to do the giveaway in the end of that. And let's see, we're going to spin the wheel and find out who wins that bad boy. So remember, you get to choose one of those 3 codes and leave your answer to what is your favorite Tom Cruise movie in the comment section below.
What's your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
Oh, that's Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
Yep, I know that's going to get some, what the fuck kind of looks from people, but that's fine. Top Gun is second to Days of Thunder in every aspect, I believe. I don't know, it's got Cole Trickle and Rowdy Burns in it. And
yeah, it's a great movie. It is. I love it. I don't know, Top Gun might have the edge.
I get that. Believe me, I'm weird. I love Top Gun, but I also love Days of Thunder more. It's got Hans Zimmer's score in there, which the first Top Gun does not. But he did do the score for this, so go figure. And guys, as always, thank you for being a fan of Let's Talk. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and you tell all your friends.